is Lionel Sinn, who is the head coach for the Delta Eagles, and Bob Heeter, the head coach of the Southside Rebels. And I suppose in the Muncie Sectional that we have represented here one or both of the favorites, certainly as far as the records are concerned. Most people talk about Southside as having to be the favorite in this tourney. Mr. Heeter, how do you feel about that role?
Oh, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Of course, we like that, and we realize if you don't play ball in a tournament, you're done, and you have to play one game at a time. And right now, the best team we're going to face is Delta.
Now, everybody's always shooting for the good team. Do you think at sectional time it's even harder to be a favorite? A lot of teams are known for not winning a game all year long and then really playing a good sectional game. Do you think that it's harder for a favorite in a tournament than it would be during regular season play?
Oh, I don't know. You look back through the state tournaments, we've had some undefeated teams go all the way. Of course, they were great ball clubs. They have to be. And, of course, I imagine there's a little more strain. Everyone's up to knock you off. But once again, if you just play one game at a time, it's just kind of like the 20-game schedule.
Lionel, who do you look at as a favorite in the tourney to begin with?
Well, I think South has certainly proven themselves against some of the top teams in the state this year, and I think their favorite role is well-deserved. Of course, there are many other fine teams in the tourney.
Now, you have an impressive record this year. 14-6 is certainly not a bad record. How do you view your role in the sectional?
We have had a fine year. We won all 9 games at home. After the county tourney, we had a 5-game winning streak going. We ended up with a couple of defeats here lately, but I still feel that we're playing good ball. We're a young team. We're using 3 seniors at the present time. But I feel that we're capable of beating any team in the tourney.
Delta had an impressive sectional last year. Did real well here in the Muncie Central.
I seem to remember that we drew Bob's team last year and have the joy of drawing them again this year. But
do you look for history to repeat itself?
Well, let's say that would be fine with me if it did repeat itself.
Do you prepare the boys any different for a sectional? As I say, you have a good sectional record. You seem to play well in sectional time. Psychologically, particularly, do you have a way of getting the boys up for
Well, I
the
think
tournament?
the whole season is built for the tourney, and you have to build momentum. You have to key everything you do for the tournament. And in this respect, we do get ready for the tourney, perhaps no more than any other team. But if you're pointing for the big game, then you can get up. But the thing is, you have to, as Bob said, you have to have 3 good games, and this is what makes it hard.
Now, Bob, how do you prepare the boys for sectional play?
Well, I maybe it's because I'm a little older, but we go exactly as we do during the season. We don't try to build for one game because, for example, if we were talking Delta too much and trying to blow them out of there, then the next game you might be real flat. And I've always felt this during the season. This is why you have a lot of doubleheaders on weekend. If you prime for one and maybe just get beat, then you have a letdown the next night, or you blow someone out of there, then you're so cocky, and then somebody gets you the next night. So we try to keep everything on an equal level plane. And my main objective is to keep the boys their normal habit. We do take care of them Saturday at the student center, but normally we want them home at 9 o'clock, and we just want them in school, and we just try to go on.
Do you plan to remind them about that sectional game last year against Delta? Can you use that to your advantage, you think?
Well, it will either be to our advantage or disadvantage, because naturally the word Delta is getting put up around the school quite a bit starting tonight, and I'm sure that I won't need to put too many clippings in the dressing room and all to get right ready for them. Of course, I know they won't need to for us either, because they've done it once and you can do it again maybe.
Now, as far as the fans are concerned, assuming there were a few unenlightened souls who didn't see Southside this year, can you give us kind of a thumbnail sketch of your team, what people can look for as far as your team, what type of team you have?
Well, we feel that we have a lot of quickness. We feel we have good shooting. As a matter of fact, I was going over our 20-game statistics this afternoon, and I have 4 boys on the amount of time they played are in double figures, and they're all shooting above 47%, all but Billy. And of course, Lionel probably won't even guard Bill Thursday night. But we're adequate as far as size. But as I said when the season started, the thing that really hurts us is the real strength. And this people call basketball a non-contact sport are crazy, because believe me, under the boards it gets pretty rough. And although Collins has come along in fine shape, he's 6'6" and 175. Sylvester is 6'4" and 165. Well, when you go against some guys 220, 225, they move them around. But we feel we've got to have quickness and speed to get the job done. John?
Lionel, could you give us a little thumbnail sketch of what kind of team you used to get that 14-6 record this year?
We rely pretty much on balance. We're not a big team. We're relatively short. We're also light. But we have good team speed and quickness. Maybe not as good overall speed as Bob has, but we rely on our team balance, and our defense has to really hustle to keep the other team from scoring.
Sounds like that Thursday night game at 7 o'clock may be a real good one. It may be one of the best in the sectional.